guys, so Lord here, back again with another edition of Throwback Thursdays, and today, I believe we're on number 13, which is kind of ironic that we're doing this heavenly character here, because today we're taking a look at the Spawn Reborn Series 1 Redeemer. That's right, I think there were 2 Reborn waves. I want to say it's 24. 22, somewhere around there. Close to the Raven Spawn, we'll say that. But this guy was originally released in Spawn series, I want to say 3 or 4. Before they went to the card backs that had the big fat Spawn logo on it. They were all kind of angular and super 90s looking. It was pre-Wave 5, but after Wave 2. The Blue Lightning Bolt cards, we'll say. And I do have that one out, so we'll do a comparison with him after. But the first Redeemer, to my knowledge, was actually Jason Wynn, Al Simmons' old employer. And then there was a couple other ones, I believe. There was one that was white, like all white. And then there was one that was black and silver, I think. I don't know if that's the same guy with a different costume. But this guy is the Redeemer most people know about. It's the blue and gold with the wings usually, but this one has a cape. And this cape kind of sucks, but we'll get into that. So taking a close look at him. So the cape, we'll just take it off because it's barely on there anyways. It's a softer rubber compared to the first release, and the battery pack is actually smaller than the first release, and all you did was press this button on the bottom and he would light up. That of course is not doing poop now, so yeah, I don't know if this thing is even functional. I don't think there's anything in here, so maybe if there is, that would unlock the button or something. But one of the other features of this guy is you could pop the chest down, which can be easier said than done. No, it was actually quite easy. You could see a little design in there, maybe. Hope so. You could fold his chest down, because that's how an enemy works. And, of course, you press the button on the back, his chest and his sword would light up. He's got this giant energy blade on his one arm. Now, I will say, this arm, while it does articulate up and down, you do not want to push it after it stops moving. It moves a little bit. It does not move a lot. It's not supposed to move a lot. You can't bend it all the way back. It's not going to work. You're going to break it off if you do that, which is a quality control issue that a lot of people have with the vintage release of this guy. Don't worry about that. He just dropped the chain. The vintage release of this guy sometimes would show up in the package broken because the arm was pushed slightly too high. I've had one like that, and I've since replaced it. So, there you go. But articulation on this guy otherwise, he does have rotation in the head. Works pretty well. He's got rotation in the shoulder. He's got a single joint at the elbow, which you can have straighten out all the way. And it is that ugly 90s elbow. They didn't really go back and fix that. So, yeah, that kind of looks unappealing. I'd be lying if I said I cared for that. His hips kick forward and back a little bit. And then he does have a single joint at the knee, which these are actually normal knee joints. But you don't get a whole lot out of him. You can't really straighten him out. He's always going to be in this Ninja Turtles walking pose, which you know I'm not a fan of. But it's the only way I could buy Spawn figures, so there you go. And actually, does he have a peg hole on his feet? I don't see one, so you can't use the new McFarlane stand with this guy if you wanted to, because he doesn't have peg holes, I don't believe. But he does stand up okay. He does have this metal chain, which the original release does not have. I don't know if this is something this particular Redeemer had most of the time, but it does come with the figure, and it is a nice chain. It's a little gold chain. putting the cape back on. The cape actually has some nice paint on it too. It's got some black detailing on the edges there, which is really clean, so I do dig that. There. And it does stay on him for the most part, but it is going to cause some balancing issues because he is in a walking stance. Now, don't quote me on this. I think this was the first figure we ever got of this version of the Redeemer. There were a couple other ones. There was one in a pre-pose stance with wings, and then there was a more animated looking one with an alternate head that also had the wings. Those look a lot more like the one we are getting in the Spawn Universe line, which, spoiler alert, kind of why I'm doing this video. So there you go. I do want to do the Clown soon. Clown 2, because I do have that. And I think that wraps up all the Throwback Thursdays I could do for the new Spawn line. I guess I could whip out Violator 2, but we already did a Violator video. Oh, with that being said, let's take a look at some comparisons. First up, and as promised, here's the Reborn version of the Redeemer next to the original release from, again, I think Spawn Series 4? But this is the Jason Wynn version of the Redeemer, I think. It's been a while since I did any research on this character, but this was the first Redeemer. There is a white variant. I do not have that. At least I don't think I do. Thinking about it. Yeah, I don't think I have that version. I may have seen it, but I don't have it. But this guy's chest does open up as well. It's a little bit easier because he's got some schmutz there that I can pull down on like a tab, but there's his chest opened up. But I think the Reborn one is obviously the nicer of the two. But this old one still holds up next to it. It's got decent paint. I would say, if anything, the cape is very plasticky on this old one. But other than that, I would say they're both about the same level of detail. Not a whole lot going on. I do like the colors on this one more, though. Just pops a little better. And the added chain is a nice bonus, too. But I'm pretty sure both of these guys are relatively cheap carded. Again, don't quote me on that. I haven't looked them up because, well, I already have them. I don't need to look them up. So, yeah, I got these for literally nothing, though. Both of these guys. I think I got this dude for like $9 at a comic shop south of here. And then I got this guy for like $4, maybe, at a toy show. Both of which were carded, so yeah, super happy with that. I will also say this guy's cape, I can pop it off. Underneath is a very crazy large spiked battery pack, so there you go, look at that. Very gaudy for what is just the battery pack. If I can get this back on. I will say the cape pegs in much better on this old one, though. That's the plus side of being made out of that hard plastic as opposed to the softer rubber that the newer one has. It's a lot more secure. It's more snug of a fit. And last, but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. And as you can see, I decided to remove the cape for this comparison just because it took up a lot of real estate, not gonna lie. But as you can see, this guy is way too small to be in scale with the new Spawn stuff. I guess the old stuff was more 6-inch, kind of like Black Series is like right on the nose, 6-inch. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but you know, they are making new stuff. So if you are more into the 7-inch scale, you got that to work with. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, while I do think that this is probably the best option for the vintage style Redeemer figure, even though it came out way later than the original ones, This figure does have its issues. The walking pose is a really big downside to this guy because he just wants to fall that away all the time because of the weight of his cape. And the cape on this one doesn't stay on nearly as good as the original release. So I would say if you're going to pick one up, get this one. But if you don't really care about the light up gimmick, just glue the cape on. I'm actually going to see if that chain will go up and around his neck. Maybe look like a clasp for that cape. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, side note though, this figure does have a peg hole on his right foot. I just didn't catch it earlier. And it does work, kind of, on the newer style McFarlane stands. It doesn't go in all the way, but he ain't falling over, is he? Nope. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more content to the channel. Yeah, I know I slipped. I said review instead of edition of Throwback Thursday. Sue me. But regardless, we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? And as always, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this guy, whether you want him, love him, or hate him. I see a lot of people getting into this old Spawn line because of the new stuff, but I'm going to just tell you right now, it ain't in scale. But as always, keep the comments civil. This world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.